Rob, welcome to the podcast.
Yes, thank you for the invite.
So, podcast episode number 2. Obviously, started off, done the intro with Reese. You met Reese before, haven't you?
Yes, I've met him at Cars Cuppas, and he come
And
to
he come up to the drift day.
Zoyland, didn't he?
That's it. So I thought I'd get you on. I want to try and get some people onto the Cars Cuppas podcast.
Yeah.
Talk to them a little bit about the automotive industry. Find out a little bit about your
I
background.
thought we was talking about food.
Yeah, I wish. I'm getting a little bit peckish as well, actually, to be fair.
Oh, I can't eat anything.
So before we get too far into it, let's find out a little bit about yourself. Obviously, most people know that you're big into your drifting, but those that don't know, who is Rob Sway?
Bit of a hard one, really. I just like cars in general. I've got Land Rovers, I've got Range Rovers. I've got my 14, got my Mark IV Supra. I've not really done much with that one yet.
You're a man with many cars.
Yeah, so got a few cars.
Definitely got a few cars.
I think we got 6 in total.
Which is mental.
Yeah, obviously I got most of them. My missus has got her car.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's got a Golf R.
So most people know you for your drifting, is that right?
Yeah, most people probably know me for the 14. The 14 is probably my most recognised car. Wherever I go, people seem to know the car more than me. So yeah.
Is that a good feeling or not?
It's me behind the helmet.
Yeah, you're like the Stig.
No, I'm not that good. Christ,
you don't reckon?
No,
I've been in a car with you, mate.
I'm alright. I'm not blowing my own trumpet.
So how long have you been into drifting then? Legally?
Yeah, we won't talk about the streets. God, what have I been doing drifting now?
Let's throw it right back then,
years?
actually. Yeah, let's throw it right back. So, obviously, you must have got into drifting because of your passion for...
So, years ago, I used to do non-contact, like bang racing, basically, but it was like auto cars. So, you weren't allowed any interiors, nothing, windows, but you had to have a cage. I had a MR2, and then we used to just... do the oval, but it was non-contact. So that's where
Where's that? Like Smith Up?
No, that was the old people will know this. Rangerton. Rangerton Wheels it used to be called in Rangerton. So we used to have banger racing meets there, and it got closed down eventually because of the noise and
health and
local.
safety.
No, just the locals really.
Really?
Yeah, because it was allowed. You allowed 14 meetings a year, so you were no planning. Well, not many people know. So we used to just have 40 meetings a year, and it was great. Yeah.
Is that just in banger racing?
Mud. No, it was on. Yeah, it was banger racing, but it was non-contact as well.
You just said about the 14 meets. Is that?
It was just 14 meets of what banger racing a year. Yeah, at that one place. Yeah. So I got into that. So obviously that was on mud shellette. So you used to drift on that, and then I got into off-roading. I had a 90. I've had a Discovery. We full caged 90, big tyres, got into like winching, me and my mate Steve did a lot of that. And then I decided I wanted to get back into cars again. So I bought an S14 off my mate Lee. It was like 300 and I put cams in it, made like 385, a standard SR, so it's quite cool.
Quick.
Yeah, quick little car. Used to do the streets in it like you do, but
what streets were they, Rob?
We're talking like 7-8 years ago now, like when the law wasn't as hot as it is now.
Is this all around Exeter and stuff?
No, this was more South Devon, like.
Right.
And then I always wanted a Supra, so then I bought a Mark IV Supra. I bought a twin turbo auto, but it had been manual converted, and it made 465 on a standard ECU with a big single on it. And I had that for 12 months, and then we sold that to buy my house. And then we bought a house.
What did you sell that Supra for back in that time?
I sold it for 12 grand back then.
Do you regret selling it? Or?
Yes, I do.
But also you got your house out of it. So.
Yeah, I got my house, so it sort of
but you probably could have...
It put a big deposit on the house, didn't it? It was like half of the deposit. Yeah. And then I bought an S13. What my wife calls the devil car, because I didn't tell her I bought it. So I rang her and I said, "Have you parked on the drive?" And she's like, "Yeah, why?" I was like, "Can you move?" And she was like, "Why? What have you bought?" So I turned up with this red S13 with a CA in it, God's mower, not. And she was like, oh, I can't believe you bought a car. Like, so yeah.
What did that cost you at the time?
$3,000 I gave for
Really?
it. Yeah, and that was like cheap then, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Like, people still didn't really know what they were. People using them and that. So yeah, so we put a cage in it. Well, we bolted the cage in properly, put a front part of the cage in, made it like a bit more safer. And then we used to do like Smooththought days.
Yeah.
We've been to Perrin. The oil filter come loose at Perrin and rattled the bottom end out. So that was that. And then I bought a Mark III Supra from London with a 7M GTE with an R154 box in it. Genuine wide body Mark III.
Nice.
I give £1,200 for it.
Jesus.
You can't even buy the box for that.
That's mental, isn't it?
So this was some time ago. So I bought that, brought it back. The engine in it wasn't very good. It let go. So I bought a two JZ GE from Cornwall. And then we put a turbo gasket in it, manifold turbo. And it in the Mark III, it made, on the first turbo was on it, it made 520 odd, 30 odd horsepower.
That's mad,
it was quick.
That's a quick car.
Quick car. And then I started drifting that, and I put lot mods on it and that, and it was a good fast car. Then we went to the ring in it. Did air gasket at the ring because one of the water hoses behind the exhaust.
Did you drive the
manifold.
car over to the ring?
No, we trailered it there. So we took my Range Rover, my M57 Classic, my two-door.
Nice.
We trailered that there, broke the Supra, and then did 2 laps in the Range Rover. So I got pictures like you have on your wall of doing the ring. And then we trailered the car back home again.
That's some trip, isn't it?
Yeah, we did like...
Especially in a classic Range Rover.
Yeah, she loved it.
Was it comfortable?
Yeah, well, the seats are really when we go out in that later, it's so comfy.
Yeah.
Even for an old Range Rover, it's still really comfy. So then...
That's God's motor, that is.
Yeah, the Range Rover, yeah, as you can tell. And then I was like, I want to get more into drifting. I want to do a bit more.
Was you focusing a bit on track stuff then, or was the Nürburgring trip just
Nürburgring was my mate Josh does Nürburgring trips. He used to do them a lot and up until COVID. Yeah. And then COVID sort of killed it. So we haven't been back since. It's been 5 years since I've been back to Nürburgring. So
that's mental,
it's been a long time.
Cool trip, cool experience, isn't it?
It feels like it was last week, but yeah, when you actually look back, you're like, Jesus, it was a long time ago.
Good experience, isn't it, in Nürburgring?
Yes, hell of an
experience. I'd like to go there next year.
If you've never been, well, funny enough, Engine Tuner are doing a drive to Nürburgring as well.
Are they?
Yeah, and I'm going to try and get the Mark IV manualed and turboed for Nürburgring.
Yeah, that'd be class.
So I want about 700 horsepower out of it.
When are they thinking of going there?
I think June or July.
Oh, mate, that'd be awesome.
Hopefully it's not around my wedding anniversary, so I won't be allowed to go.
Yeah, look, love, I've got a nice trip for us planned. It's in Germany. She's thinking all these nice places.
Yeah. No. So I bought a BMW E36, is the most common drift car. And I took the engine of the box out of the Mark III and put it in the 36.
What engine was in the 36 at the time? Just 2 litre or something?
2 litre, yeah. It was a 2 litre straight six. So we put medium case Frankenstein diff in the back. Siri's now talking to me on my phone. So we put a medium case diff in the back, medium shafts, and then we put a bigger turbo on it, and it made 630 horsepower.
Bloody hell.
In an E36. Someone said to me, a very good friend of mine, it's cool, but you won't like it. And I said, why? He said, it just won't grip. You can make it grip, but it just broke stuff.
Yeah.
I did 4 shafts in 1 weekend.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, we went to the first round competition I ever did. It was RDC at Three Sisters. And I literally pulled off the line. I went first. I never kicked clutch in first gear. It's no good for the box. So I was like second, and I just rolled in the power, and it did a shaft.
Oh, mate.
In practice. And I was just like, and it was wet. And I had road tyres on. I had semi-slicks on. It was not even like I was being horrible with it. So I broke quite a few shafts. We made a diff brace to hold the diff in. It just got to the point where it was like, you couldn't get any more grip in the car because it was breaking stuff. Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to chuck more money at it I'm not being horror. It's just a BMW.
Yeah.
And then I got offered the S14 I got now.
Because like in drift cars, you do see a lot of BMWs and stuff, and nothing really they don't stand out as much as something like your S14.
They don't stand out as the Jap stuff, no. Yeah.
But that S14, like you said, gets so much attention.
Car. Yeah. 36 is a lovely car.
Yeah.
It's a lovely beginner's drift car, even as a competition car.
I'm thinking about selling mine now after this conversation.
No, don't sell it. But you got to, as a beginner's drift car, anything up to like 300 horsepower in a 36 is perfect.
Yeah.
They're really good cars. They're well balanced. I'm not slating them because obviously because I've gone to a 14, it just wasn't for me. I felt more comfortable in the 14, and you can buy better parts to go in the 14 that can handle the power. Like I've got Skyline shafts, I've got Skyline diff. It holds that 700 horsepower.
Yeah.
It's probably more than 700 horsepower because it spins in the dyno. So you don't actually know what horsepower it makes. But it made 7 spinning the wheels. So
how much horsepower do you need for a drift car? Do you like honestly need that much?
You can have 200 horsepower. It doesn't. It's all down to gearing and how you drive, really.
Is it? Yeah.
But 200 horsepower BMW 2.5, 2.3, 2.5, 2.8.
Yeah.
3 litre. Yeah, you'd be fine. A 3 litre, 2.5, 3 litre BMW would keep up with my 14 round Zoyland.
Really?
Because apart from the long corners, because it's such a short, tight, snappy track, you can stay with it. Because I can't use the power. It just wants to either spin. So because you're trying to get on it.
Yeah.
Where on a long corner, the horsepower makes a difference.
Yeah.
So if you've got a long sweeping corner like Three Sisters or Teesside, you need 500 horsepower plus.
Yeah.
Because it's a long bank corner and you ain't going to get a 300 horsepower car. You'll straighten up halfway through because you're running out of power. So that's my
theory on the horsepower.
Of it. Yeah.
That's interesting. I was interested in that, actually.
I can drift a 200 horsepower car. I can get in my mate's car. I can put it on people's door like I can in my 14. So, but it's better to learn in a lower horsepower car than it is in a bigger horsepower car. Yeah. Because if you learn in a big horsepower car, you get used to just having all that horsepower on your right foot, and you can use it as your advantage. Yeah. Where in a low horsepower car, you sort of have to work for it a little bit more, and it's a bit more rewarding. Yeah. Where obviously the 14 is rewarding, it's a phenomenal car to drive, but
that car sounds so aggressive.
Yeah, everyone says that.
It sounds so aggressive.
The videos do not do it any justice.
They don't.
No, the amount of people that come up to me at like BHP, we're hoping to do BHP again this year. They all say it's like one of the best sounding cars.
Just sounds nuts.
Yeah, it's just so throwy and it's straight through.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
There's a 3-inch straight through exhaust and a 2-inch screamer pipe.
So I went out in it with you, and it just I videoed a bit of it, and like you said, the videos just don't do it justice.
No, the sound and the bangs and the way it thumps through that car, it's just the adrenaline it gives you when you drive it.
Insane.
I've let my mate drive it, and he says it scares him.
I'm not surprised.
And he's that's what I mean. He's gone from a 200 horsepower BMW into a 700 horsepower S14 that's gripped up to handle that sort of power, and he's just like, it's phenomenal how fast it actually is.
Such a quick car. Yeah. What do you think of the MX-5 as a drift car? Because obviously Reese, who I've done the first podcast with and does a lot of social media stuff, he's got this little MX-5 and he's had nothing but problems, bless him, and I'll keep rinsing him about it, but I'm getting to a point now I feel a little bit bad because
it's all down to engine management.
You said this on the phone last night, didn't you?
Buy a Link ECU. I'm not sponsored by them.
But not yet.
Yeah, Link is one of the best ECUs you can buy. I've got it in my car. It's protected my car for so long now. It gives me a problem. It flashes it up. Bang, shuts the car down. Yeah. It's great. And you can look to see what's going on and you know what the values are and everything. MX-5, great little car. Very snappy. For someone like myself, I sort of struggle on the MX-5. I'm quite a big lad.
Yeah, tight in there, wasn't it?
I'm 6'2", and like weighing quite a bit.
Because it's tight in a normal, in the S40, it's quite tight because you've got the seats and the cage and all that sort of stuff. Imagine putting that in an MX-5 and chucking you in there. It's quite tall.
Yeah, it would be great. It's a great little car.
Good car,
the 1.6 and 1.8, good engines. Put a turbo on them.
That's what he's done, actually.
Make 300 horsepower. Engine tuner have done like 300 horsepower on 330.
Really? I need to get someone like you to have a look at Reese's car because he's having nothing but problems with his car.
You said this on the phone.
Like we went out yesterday for this drive and we got to about, 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
What,
get a phone call
drive?
into the drive.
Oh, God.
He's ringing me up. I see a phone call from Reese. I'm in Passenger Princess and Felix's M2. And I'm looking at Felix and I'm going, there we go. Reese is like, I've got blue smoke coming out the back of the car and it's overheating all the level. So we've had to pull over and leave his car and wheel him down somewhere for the morning whilst we all drive off. And he had to be Passenger Princess in someone else's car.
Oh dear.
So his little morning trip ended up being
all
a few hours.
All I can say is don't cut corners.
Do you reckon, yeah?
If you cut corners, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah.
I know people have turbo.
I think it's like any sort of motorsport's not cheap, is it?
No.
So you need a bit of money behind you.
Drifting is not cheap. Like someone was asking me the other day what it costs. On a dry day, it cost me £1,000.
It's mental.
Just to go to a drift day.
That is mental.
Don't tell the wife.
Yeah.
No, it's probably dry day. You can easily do £700-800.
Because you've got tyres, all the pressure on the engine work and stuff that you're going to need.
Not that.
Doing.
It's just
entrance fees.
It's just entrance fee, fuel getting there, £100 plus in the car.
Yeah.
He'll drink. He probably does like 8 to the gallon, flat out.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah. And then you think of the tyres I go through. Like when we were doing passenger rides at Dakota for Autofest.
Yeah.
I was doing a set of tyres to 2 runs.
I was gutted I didn't get on that. Because it was hot. I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt.
Oh,
and I really wanted to book.
There.
Did they?
And jumpers for people to put on.
Mate, I have to know that next time.
Yeah,
I
so
really
I'm in
wanted to be a
shorts all year
passenger.
round normally.
Yeah.
But in the car, you're not allowed.
No. Why is that? Is it just because of in case of
fire
fire
hazard?
Yeah.
So.
Surely, if you're in longer clothes, it's because you've got to catch fire quicker.
I think it's just. I don't know really. I think it's for the initial warmth, innit?
Yeah.
It doesn't take your skin. But
it's worth not thinking about, is it?
No. Well, I've got full fire. My car's been on fire.
Has it?
Yes, at Anglesey.
The S14.
Yeah. So
Bad,
everyone was waving at us, and we just thought we were.
Do a bit cool. Everyone's like.
So I was like top of third gear coming into the last corner of Anglesey, and through number 4 rod out.
No way.
Yeah, so not good.
That's not good, is it?
No.
Has there only been like really bad accidents on a drift day that you've been to? Not necessarily yourself, but anyone else that you've seen?
I've seen cars tip over, hit walls and that, but drift cars are quite flimsy. They're designed to like when you hit a wall, you make the back of the car quite soft.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like pull you in. The car will just move a little bit.
Now, I always think you drifters are nuts. I've come into sort of watching drifting about 2 years ago when I first went to Autofest.
Right.
And I was watching it. I was thinking, everyone's just smashing their cars up, and then they get back and they literally get it fixed within about 5-10 minutes, and then go straight back out.
That's one thing I'm not into is smashing the back end off the wall.
No.
I don't really see.
But you guys
it's
are just
good
on
fun.
it.
Yeah, I get it, but you're just wrecking a car for no reason.
There was some at Autofest. There was an E92 M3 of Liam Duran's.
Oh yeah.
Mate, that's an expensive car now. They're worth like 25 grand.
Yeah, smacked all the back end
and
in.
the back end was absolutely mullered.
Yeah,
and he was just on the sideline going, keep smashing it up.
Yeah, he don't care. Everybody got money in there.
And I was thinking, this guy's got to drive this car back as well because it's a road legal drift car. Well, I don't think it's built. That car's it's not a drift car.
It's built for drifting.
No, it's just this normal car that he took on there.
He was drifting on the track.
But even like some of the other boys and stuff, they were just out in the cars and like you'd see the whole front end smashed up, and within an hour, the whole front end would be back to not as good as new, but as straight.
They just kick it out, pull it out, make it straight again. Accidents happen.
Because obviously at Zoyland, there was that lad in the yellow E36 next to us. He went up the bank, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
And he was just literally pulled it straight out and off he went, basically, which I couldn't believe.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? It's it's all motorsports are the same, and they just at the moment you just get on with it, get it fixed, get it back together, and
straight back out you go.
Straight out, back out again. Yeah.
So it's quite an expensive, like motorsport to get into. Do you have to? Is it ideally like better to have sponsors and stuff like that to help get you going?
To get sponsors, I find it's quite hard. Engine Tuner, obviously, I've used them like back when it was Alan and Jeffries, when I had Subarus.
Yeah.
So I know I've got a good relationship with them. I've known Martin 15 years.
Yeah, so you built up a good relationship.
Yeah, and then obviously when Rob took it, like bought Engine Tuner and ran it, and then we just got talking, and I, as a gigger, I was like, I fancy sponsoring an amateur like me, like only as a gigger, and they said yeah, and I'm like, okay. I was a bit like, right.
What sort of drifting background did you have at this point? Was you doing the odd days and stuff?
Yeah, I did one round of RDC, and then I just do all the demo days and all the shows, really.
Yeah.
It's quite nice to get invited to.
Yeah, it's
go
decent.
Along and put on a show, really.
What do Engine Tuner do? They do a lot of drift stuff, track stuff, or is it a bit of everything?
They do a bit of everything, yeah. Rob does more. Rob's done a bit of drifting, but he likes his track stuff. He's got that M2.
Yeah, it's a nice car, that.
600 odd horsepower.
Is it really? Bloody hell.
I think it's just shy of 600 horsepower. I've driven it.
Oh, yeah.
It's in one of my YouTube videos, the Engine Tuner Drive. Yeah, I had a go in it, and all I did was swear because I couldn't get over how fast it was.
Because the M2's a quick car anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, but it proper.
And that with the extra 200 brake horsepower.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, this is like impressive. I was quite chuffed by it. Yeah, it takes quite a bit to like sort of impress someone.
Yeah,
when you get
especially because you've been chucking around cars all your life, basically. So
yeah, there's some cars you get in and you're like, this isn't that
yeah.
impressive. But yeah, I was quite impressed by it. I couldn't get over how well it handled the power and the way it just went.
Yeah,
and it stuck to the road and it was
like a little go-kart, aren't they?
Yes, he loves it. He drives it everywhere.
Yeah, that's like Felix. He's got an M2 and he absolutely tanks that. Well, I probably shouldn't say that on camera, but yeah, he potters around a little bit and it just sticks in it doesn't go, and it handles so well for a car with that much power. Obviously, your mate at Engine Tuner has got 200 more brake horsepower than this M2, but still, quick car, aren't they? Them M2s.
Yeah.
So they sponsor you. They've been sponsoring you for how long?
12 months.
Have they? It's a relatively new relationship in terms of sponsorship.
Yeah, it's a good 12 months.
It's hard, like you say, it's hard finding sponsorship, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just trying to find people
that are up for it,
willing to. Like, I don't ask for a lot. I just want some help. Really.
Yeah,
it's so like you go to a show, it costs so much money.
Yeah. Like we're finding it with Cars and Cuppas, obviously we want to try and get some sponsors on board to sponsor the events, just so we can like look at reinvesting into different things,
event, making it better.
And like there's some, obviously we've got a couple of sponsors sponsoring a couple of little bits, but we ideally need some sponsors that are like going to sponsor the whole lot to try and make the events bigger. But no one really wants to do it, which is mad. But you think
it's a funny time of the year at the moment.
Yeah, but you think these businesses probably got the market and budget to do it. And you think,
well, they write it all off.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you'd only spend it in tax.
Yeah,
so
you might as well give it to us.
Yeah, you might as well give it to us.
Exactly.
Because, and that's what you've got to sort of educate people on, because you'd only give that to the tax man. I feel like we go on about the tax man a lot of these podcasts, but
the tax man are robbing. That's why.
Yeah. And but yeah, you think you'd only spend it in that, so why not put it into something local where you can get a bit of return on investment? And it's all about brand awareness at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yes.
Because I obviously I've been in cars for a little while, not as heavy as you, but I didn't hear about Engine Tuner up until obviously I've come across you. So
yeah,
that's another person like that you've put onto them as such, because obviously I wasn't aware about them up until obviously I've become friends with you, sort of thing. So it's all about brand awareness, isn't it? Yeah, none of the above.
None of the above. Yeah, we won't go there.
Yeah, I'm just using you for drift days at Zoyland.
Yeah, no worries.
and content.
You have to come to. We have to go to a better track. Zoyland's great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But yeah, if you go to,
because it's cool, because that was like a private day, wasn't it?
Oh, so, it's only in like an invite only.
So there's no like loads of visitors. It's just literally us.
Not allowed any visitors really, unless you know who's there.
Yeah.
But it's a great organised little event.
Yeah.
It's a great place to go and learn
Is that, are you finding like places like that are getting harder and harder to come across because of like you said earlier with where did you say it was with the banger car racing, the locals and that get fed up of it? Because Zoyland's not too, it's not too far out, is it? In terms of there's not really many people around.
That's why they have the lunch break there, because it gives the neighbours a bit of a break.
They can put the TV on there at that point.
Like we went to Perrin this year, did a little day down there. That was good fun.
Did they have one of them just this weekend gone? They had something going on, didn't they?
Yeah. This Saturday.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Dakota before lockdown.
Really?
Yeah, so I need to go back there. Really, Dakota's fast.
Dakota, as in up at Smearfart.
Yeah. They do the Dragon Drift there.
Yeah. Reese does that quite a bit actually.
Lee organises the drifting, and it's a good day there. It's a good day. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to one of them.
And you got 3 queues. You got like the wash machine beginner queue, and then you got like the intermediate, and then you got the advanced.
Yeah.
And you go out in the advanced queue, there's like 6-8 of you out on track together, but the back straight is a good 3rd gear pull.
Is it?
It's fast.
Do they just have like a normal skid pan there as well?
No, it's just, they've got like a track, but it's done with cones.
Yeah.
The track's quite rough because it's obviously an old airfield.
Yeah.
So you will kill a set of tyres there in one session.
Yeah.
So that's like 4 minutes and the set of tyres is gone.
Mad, isn't it?
That's what I mean. It gets expensive.
That is expensive.
Yeah.
So you almost need tyre sponsors.
Yeah. So I have got a tyre bloke that does me like a good price deals on tyres. Yeah, he looks after me.
Because I take it you don't need brand new sets,
I put brand new tyres on every time.
Do you? Bloody hell, so that does get expensive.
Yeah.
So you don't know, it's not like you chuck part warns on or because you're not worth it.
I just can't warrant a set of part warns. That's not being snobby. I go through them so fast.
You're going to get even less of a time out on part warns.
And the only problem with part warns, and I've said this to my mate before, and he's realised this as well, you've got so many different makes and tyres.
Yeah.
Every tyre gives you a different grip level.
Yeah.
So if you find a tyre that you like and it gives you lots of grip, the next set of tyre you put on might be a cheaper tyre that doesn't give you the grip, and you throw it in as hard.
Yeah, you're not going to get the same.
You ain't coming out of it.
Yeah.
Where if you find a budget tyre that you like I've got a budget tyre that I run on the 14, it handles it pretty well really for a budget tyre.
Yeah.
And it gives me the grip I want. But the grip's the same every time I drive it.
Yeah.
Because I know what that tyre's going to do.
Yeah, you've got trust in that tyre, haven't you?
So you can throw it in and you know that tyre's either going to let go or stay there. You know, you get the feel of the car.
Yeah.
Where if you're running different tyres all the time, then you're a bit wishy-washy.
Yeah.
So
especially if you've got like one tyre on one corner, one on the other, one on the back.
Yeah,
and you've got all these different tyres.
It's only the backs wear out anyway. The front's only just steering.
Yeah. So that's not going to have a difference on the driving or anything like that, really.
No,
it's just the backs you're going to wear out.
And I know people who do run part warns and it's fine, but I can't put a set of part warns on as a waste of time. Like, I'm doing a set of brand new tyres. We did Perrin, and there was the same down there. It was only a 2.5-3 minute session, and I was doing a set of brand new tyres a go.
That's mental.
And I run 265s, 35 18-inch tyres.
That's mental.
So that's a hell of a bit of rubber, and I'm doing them in 3-4 minutes.
That's mad.
Gone.
So obviously the training days at Zoyland on that, obviously that's your own cost and all that sort of stuff. Days at Autofest and BHP, do you get paid for any of that, or is there any ways to monetize out of it? Because this is expensive hobby.
Autofest, we got paid to do the passenger rides, so you got some money back from that. Like that. So that covers a bit of cost. Apart from that, everything else comes out of my pocket.
Really?
Everything.
What about BHP?
That comes out of my pocket. You got to pay to go to BHP.
Really?
Comes out of my pocket.
So you got to pay to go to BHP when that section of the event's quite a big a big part of the event for people coming to watch.
Yeah.
Which is mad.
Yeah.
We won't go into that then.
No. Some people's opinions on it that we shouldn't have to pay because
you're bringing the people.
We are bringing the show.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a sticky one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a sticky one. I think that's not a sort of subject we should get into.
I kind of want to go BHP next year.
Yeah, so do I, and I quite enjoy going. And,
You're better if you get paid, though.
Yeah, if you're watching this, Matt, don't worry, I'll come next year. I'll pay.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, we've been to Kent BHP.
Oh, they do 2, don't they?
Yeah, they did one. Well, they did do 3. They did the weekend at Jay's at Bathurst West, but Autofest took over that this year. So,
really?
Yeah.
What's your plans for next year? What sort of events you got? Obviously, you're going to do BHP and Autofest, ideally.
Yeah. Well, Autofest, I think it's only one event now, isn't it?
Don't know. I think I was speaking to Rob at the last one. I think there's certain costs and that are getting quite expensive to run, and they're trying to figure out what they want to do next year.
I think Autofest next year is just a free-for-all, and they have mentioned they want some cars to do, like full gauge cars, competition spec cars to do passenger rides.
I think people love all that sort of stuff. Like when you could do passenger rides and stuff, people love that.
When you get a young laddie or a lass or whatever get in, and they've never been in something like that, like the feeling of having all that sideways.
It's hell of an experience.
It's hell of an experience. Yeah. People just don't. And drifting's quite a hard one to explain to people because people are like, well, how does it work? And it's like, well, how do you explain drifting? You're basically power sliding through the corner.
But there's so much stuff going on. Like when I went out with you at Zoyland, it's like, obviously you've got the e-brake and stuff like that, haven't you? Which I haven't got a clue on how anything works. But you've got all these different things going on. The steering wheel's moving, your feet are going, the car's swinging around.
You don't really turn the steering wheel, do you?
No, you just leave it.
Let go.
Yeah, you just leave it.
And you let it come back again.
But you know when to catch it.
Yeah,
and it's like,
you learn it. You feel it. Like I like wearing gloves. So you got to wear gloves anyway for most track days. And
you feel like there's so much stuff going on here. You like knowing when to use the e-brake.
You got to. You get the hang of it. It's like riding a push bike.
Yeah.
Once you know how to ride that push bike, you can ride any push bike. You know? So it's the same as drifting.
Just a 700 brake horsepower push bike.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's just a posh push bike. It's like
Would you do? I've had obviously I've done the video of you on the Cars and Cuppas YouTube channel and put some random clips up on social medias and stuff. Would you ever teach people how to drift?
I taught Rob how to drift.
As in Rob? Oh, really? Yeah.
Well, I told him the basics. He sort of got on with it. I'm all
Was
right.
that in his M2 at some back street somewhere?
No. He bought an S14.
Right.
And I was doing backies in it in the wet at Zoyland. That was quite good fun. I'm all right in a car as long as you don't keep spinning. I'm not a very good passenger.
Really?
Yeah, I'm one of them people like to be in control.
Yeah, I'm the same, to be fair.
Yeah.
I'm constantly passenger princess, and I'm sometimes like, oh, this is sketchy. And you like when you go around on a road, when you go around country lanes, you go around corners. Obviously, the driver's got the advantage because they can see that little bit more.
Yeah.
Whereas when you're in passenger seat, you're like,
what's going on?
What's coming around this corner?
Where's the brake pedal?
Yeah.
In drifting, I can sit in the passenger seat. But
obviously, it'd have to be someone else's car as well, wouldn't it? You wouldn't want them running around with 700 brake horsepower.
No, Christ, that'd be far too expensive. It'd be something. I'd be willing to help and tuition people.
How would you go about that then? So would you have to hire somewhere like Zoyland and?
It'd be quite difficult to find somewhere. I tried to hire Dakota, and I got to know the farmer who owns it. The problem is that, again, he got 14 meetings a year. He's already got 14 meetings of motorsport.
Yeah.
So for me to hire that place, he has to drop someone else's meeting.
Yeah.
He isn't going to do that.
True. Yeah, he's built up the relationships then people.
Yeah, so the problem you've got is trying to get in somewhere, or if someone's got some land that is big enough to put a little drift track on, get in touch because we could sort something out.
Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? A little tarmac, a bit of land or something.
There's nothing around here.
We always say this. Me and a few mates always say this. There's nothing local, is there?
No, there isn't. No.
Like, there's nothing local to like.
Surely there's something around here where you live.
Yeah, true.
The farmer must have something.
The farmer must have something somewhere. There must be a farmer in Exeter somewhere. There must have some land.
You just want like a bit of like concrete or tarmac somewhere that you could set up some cones and you can
use a
teach
basic
someone
level of
and
drifting.
do the basics. Yeah. Because once you got the basics, the rest of it sort of comes.
Yeah. Because do you reckon it makes you a better driver knowing how to drift?
I think it teaches you how to handle a car in a situation when it gets out of control. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say if you're driving around in a normal rear-wheel drive BMW in the ice and something happens, you know how to correct.
You will know how to correct it or try and save it. Yeah.
Or just do a nice send out of it or something like that.
No, not allowed to do that. No.
The police might be watching.
Yes. We don't do things like that.
Not on camera anyway.
No, not on camera, no.
No, yeah, I was interested to see that if it sort of makes you, it must make you a better, because you know how to handle the car, don't you? So
yeah, I think it just makes you more aware of what's going on. Like you see it all the time in the wet, cars flying past you at silly speeds, and the next minute they're in the barrier. And 9 times out of 10, it's a Merc or a BMW.
Yeah, 100%.
It's because they
probably a BMW. Yeah,
they don't know how to drive them. It is
true.
So they hit the water, they aquaplane, they get a bit twitchy. The first thing they do is stamp on the brakes.
Yeah, and they don't know what they're doing, do they?
Yeah, you don't want to be stamping on the brakes. You want to either get back on the power and power out of it, or just hold into it.
Yeah.
Like hitting the brakes is the worst thing to do. Yeah. All you're gonna do is crash.
Yeah. I think it's worth having that sort of element of like driver awareness, isn't it? Like knowing how to handle these cars.
Ireland, they do drift games, do driving experience.
Mate, I've just come across their YouTube channel in the last
drift games?
2 months.
Yeah, so I'm a member. I am.
Are they the place that's got this they've got this warehouse
engine studio, yeah,
and they've got
engine
everything
shop.
in there.
Yeah,
they've got like a fake Star. I can't remember what they call it, Carbox or something like that.
Yeah.
Mate, I don't know how I come across this YouTube channel about 2 months ago, and I was absolutely amazed. I thought these guys have spent all this. I don't know their backgrounds, so you can explain a little bit more. But obviously,
I've been to a few of their events.
Are they just drifters like someone like yourself?
Yeah, so Dave Egan is just like us, really, just a normal person.
Because drifting in Ireland's quite big, isn't it?
Yeah, very big. Yeah, you've got some of the best drifters in Ireland.
Yeah. How comes it's so big over there?
I don't know.
There's got to be some sort of history behind that, hasn't there?
I don't really know. I've got a few friends in Ireland. I've got one of my mates who lives local. He's Irish. He's got drift cars back home.
Yeah, how much do you reckon they spent on that unit?
Don't know.
I'll watch this. It's like probably about a 45-minute video of them like revealing this.
Yeah, it's cool.
And I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, they keep doing members nights, and they always do it in the week.
Yeah.
So I did message.
It's not like it's up the road though, is it?
So I did message it. I did put in the chat. Can you do a weekend? So you can actually, for the people that overseas can fly over.
Have you been there yet?
No. So
mate, when you do, give me a shout.
They're meant to be doing one before Christmas, so hopefully I get to go over there, fly over, stay with my mate in Ireland, have a look round, and then fly back.
Because they got some mental cars parked in that warehouse.
Oh yeah, they got some money.
Some awesome cars.
Well, he hasn't got money, but he's got some money in cars.
Yeah, he had money until we got into drifting.
Until he's got into cars, yeah. And cars in general.
Cars in general, just anything's expensive in cars.
Oh, yeah.
So like I've just relaunched the E36s back. Obviously, I told
your ex.
My ex missus.
That was quite funny. I did like that. I was watching. I was like, "What is he going on about?" And then literally, it was like, "And she's back," and I was like, oh, "Okay." Then you palm over to the
E36.
I was like, "Oh, she's a honey."
Yeah. So anyone who hasn't seen that video, make sure you go check out that video.
Yeah, it's quite funny. Yeah, it's very funny.
I've had that E36 since January, and like I said in the video, it was like my plans have always been all up in the air. Like, do I make it drift car? Do I make it track car? Do I just make it a show car? What do I do with it? And obviously, Cars Cuppas come around, didn't have the time, so it's been sat away.
What is your plans with it?
It's gonna be a track car now.
Okay.
Like road legal track car. So
what, track/drift or just track?
Just track.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've been put off by Reese with drifting.
I wouldn't be put off.
Nah, to be fair, I would like to get a car for drifting at some point. But like we just said about money, all my money's gonna end up getting chucked into that E36. I've got to try and leave somewhere for a little drift
and
car.
And even track cars, they cost money.
Yeah,
road cars, they cost money.
Yeah,
like you see some of these cars that turn up, like people have put their heart and soul into them.
Yeah, that's the thing. And if you go down the drift route, if you go down the track route, if you go down the show car route,
it's all money.
It's all money.
It's all money. Yeah.
So
it's how deep is your pocket?
That's the thing. Not very deep, mate.
No, mine are
that's
empty.
The problem. Yeah.
Especially this time of year.
Yeah.
Got a family to feed.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Yeah, where's the sponsors at when you need them?
Yeah.
Yeah, so cars are just expensive, but obviously I do think you need that little hobby, and I'm looking forward to getting the 36, like starting a little progress with that and doing a little YouTube series, because obviously you've got your YouTube series on your cars, you do a little bit on YouTube on the Range Rovers, which I like watching, as everyone probably know.
Yeah, my M57 Range Rover.
Yeah, so what's your plans with some of the project cars that you've got going on? Because like you said at the beginning of the video, you've got a few cars sat around, so you've got money in cars.
Yeah, so there's another video out of the M57 Range Rover.
Yeah, I need to catch up with that.
It is done. I've driven it here today.
Thanks for bringing that.
I need to do another video on it to show the update. But in the new year, I've got a gearbox for my Mark IV Supra. So we're going to put an R154 in it and make it a manual.
Yeah.
And then I'll do a video on that. Because you've got to change the tunnel, bits and pieces. And then I'm going to turbo the GE engine.
Yeah.
I won't say what number I'm going to go to, because I don't want to be held to.
Yeah, this is the problem. Yeah.
But it will be well over the 500 mark.
Nice.
And go from there, really. So that'll be that. I've just bought a set of coilovers for it. So there'll be a video on that soon. I've put a splitter on it. It come on a set of wheels. I bought it from a lady in Honiton.
Really?
Yeah, she loved it. She had it all repainted.
No way.
It's bright red, if no one's seen it. To be honest, the first time I drove it was the weekend. My boy loves the thing. My two-door classic and the Mark IV he loves.
No, I need to get on this two-door classic as well.
Yeah, I need to put it back together.
Yeah.
So I need some bits for this one. Because they didn't turn up in time, so I was like, well, there's one outside and I don't use, so I'll just nick some bits off that.
What do you reckon value-wise you've got in cars? A rough idea.
I don't know. I don't want to say.
Because the Range Rover is obviously not cheap these days. The Supra must be worth a good amount of money.
Yeah.
Not just on its own.
Yeah, the Supra, yeah, when it's manualed and turboed, it'll be worth a lot more than what I paid for it.
You don't see how many of them Supras are around.
I know quite a few people have got them.
But whether they use them or not.
If they use them or not is a different matter.
Yeah.
I've got a mate that's got one. He keeps trying to sell it to me, bless him.
Not James, is it?
Not that James. He's another James.
He's another James.
Yeah, he lives in Plymouth, this James. And his is like 840 horsepower.
Bloody
fully
hell.
built.
Jesus.
It's a monster. But the best thing about it, it's on standard wheels.
Is it?
It looks such a sleeper.
Really?
It just looks like a normal NA Mark IV Supra, but with sticky tyres on it.
Yeah, nice.
And it's 840 horsepower.
That's
the thing's
mental.
A rocket.
That is mental.
But it doesn't come out. It doesn't. It lives in a garage.
How's James getting on? Obviously, we met through James with his black Supra.
Yes, we did, didn't we? Yeah.
How's he getting on with it?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him for a while.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to James in a while.
I did give him a text a little while ago, and he said he was all right.
Busy with his cars or stuff like that.
I don't know if he's got to the bottom of his car because it wouldn't run. So.
No, that's a clean car that is though as well.
Is it clean on top of the paintwork? Or on the paintwork?
I don't know. I haven't looked at it in that much
fillers,
detail. Yeah, I haven't looked at it in that much detail, unfortunately.
It's a very nice car. One thing, I like a standard looking Supra with set wheels. I think they're very clean.
Yeah.
It's our own opinions at the end of the day.
Do you know Mark? With his Mark IV Supra, I can't remember his last name, but he's been up to Cars and Cuppas before. He's got a grey one.
Okay.
Mate, this thing is absolutely mint.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is mint. I'll have to show you some photos of it after. But he's been up to a few of our events like back in the summer, and that car, he was in BHP actually, in the indoor show and shine. You might have seen it, I'm not sure.
Probably then.
But you'd love that if you like sort of that standard looking car.
Yeah, so like James's Supra, white body and that, it really suits it.
Yeah.
Like, it hasn't gone over the top. It's nice.
It's enough.
It's quite aggressive. It looks lovely. Like he refurbed my headlights in my Supra.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I've seen that recently.
Lovely job. Even he come back 3 times today.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, one of the headlights wouldn't quite see properly.
Really?
Bless him.
He just wanted an excuse to come back and see you. That's what it was.
I'm sure, yeah. Bless him.
Yeah, so that's obviously how we first met. Obviously, you brought your
14
up to Cars and Cuppas, which is awesome. Everyone was loving that car.
Everyone was gathered.
Yeah. I think it's nice. It's nice for stuff like that to come to our events that have something a bit different. Obviously, we have all the nice cars and all that sort of stuff. Whereas like having drift cars or any sort of car motorsport mix up the events, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
14 attracts a lot of people.
I was gassed when you turned up because I seen you turn. You rocked up in this Range Rover. I thought, yeah, this is sick. It was just what a setup this is.
Yeah.
My jaw was probably down to the floor.
As you're such a Range Rover lover.
Yeah, that was a cool experience. Everyone loved that car. It gets so much attention, doesn't it?
Yeah, the kids love it as well because of the colour. Yeah. It's candy purple.
Yeah.
Stands out. Like it's just one of them cars, isn't it?
Well, are we going to try and get you down to the December meet? See if you're available for it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll bring the 14, but I might bring my Supra and the Range Rover.
That would be cool. Yeah, that would be really cool.
Because the Supra's clean. That is like...
I'll take you. So you trailer that?
What, the Supra?
Yeah.
No, drive it.
You would drive it?
Yeah, I'll drive it. I went out on it Sunday.
Get on.
Me and the boy went out on it, for the day.
Mate, that would be amazing. You said it's red as well?
Yeah, bright red.
Mate, we'll get a
little
Christmas tinsel on that. It'll be well Christmassy, that will.
It's clean, like really clean. Yeah.
We'll have to do some YouTube videos on some of this car.
Yeah,
we need to try and figure out some time. We're both busy as well, I suppose, but do need to try and do something. YouTube's hard, isn't it?
Yes, I find the drifting content doesn't get as many views,
which is strange, isn't it?
I think once you've seen it sort of thing, and you can only do so much content with drifting.
Yeah,
like I find a 10-minute video of drifting, people get a bit bored.
Yeah.
Pardon me. So
people want to see crashes and that, don't they, I suppose?
Yeah, where I find people like the M57 content, and people like seeing...
They like seeing the progress of stuff happening, don't they?
Yeah, stuff getting made, and like I fabricate 99% of my own stuff.
Yeah.
I get some stuff done like out of my workshop, but most of my stuff is done at home.
Yeah. Yeah, people like seeing them progress. You look like people like Matt Armstrong and stuff. Like he's absolutely blown up.
He's doing
YouTube,
really well.
but I just find YouTube hard.
I find England is quite hard because YouTube is American.
Yeah.
So if you obviously Adam LZ, Jimmy Oakes,
it's different type of car network as well.
Like he's just started up his YouTube channel. Same as Chelsea Denofa. He's just started up his YouTube channel. Bang, he's getting the views, but he's already well known, and
he's got a good following. He's
already got the following in FD. Like people.
Whereas we're trying to build all the followings, which is difficult. Yeah, it's hard graph. Sometimes you think, doing these videos and like you're getting like 200 views. You think, I've spent hours creating this video for 200 views. Yeah. You think, for God's sake.
And people don't realise how long it takes to edit a video.
I know. Like, it's a nightmare, isn't it?
A video takes bear in mind you think this is an hour-long video now. It'll probably take you 2 hours to edit it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Get it bang on.
Yeah, it's like
people don't understand that.
Exactly. Like the drifting video review, I think I added like a couple of screens with the GoPros and stuff like that, and all that takes time to try and figure out and stuff.
And try and get
and you think no one appreciates this video.
Yeah, we do put some time and effort into getting these videos.
But then
done.
I suppose if it's 100, 200 videos, if you chuck them in a room, it's quite a lot of people. If you chuck 100 people in there's a lot of people in it. Exactly. So YouTube's hard graph, but I think we just got to keep
plodding, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I get a few hundred views on my videos, and I'm quite happy with that.
Like some do, like always find some videos do well, some videos don't. It sort of equals out, doesn't it?
I find the dyno video does quite well.
Really?
Yeah, that's had those 1,700 views.
That's decent, to be fair. Yeah, that's decent. I was going to ask you, how did you get on? Did you go to the Officially Gassed show?
Yeah, so we went to Officially Gassed.
He does quite a lot on YouTube, doesn't he?
Yeah, it was a bit of a washout.
Was it?
Yeah. So we got there on.
Was that for drifting?
No. I was literally on Engine Tuner and Link Engine Management stand.
So you took the S14 up to that?
Took the S14 up, parked it up.
Do you know Ricky? Do you know him or like? Well,
no.
Nah. I was going to ask if he'd done any sort of video related stuff on the cars. No,
so I was going to do some video in there.
Yeah.
But it was amping it down the rain.
Was it that bad?
Literally, we got there on the Friday, we unpacked, and it was bone dry. It was a bit windy, but it was bone dry. I was like, this is all right.
This is a dream.
And then we looked at the clock, like at the app, and it said 8 o'clock.
Torrential rain.
It's basically 100% rain. And I was like, oh God. Anyway, we got up in the morning, 6 o'clock, went to the track to prep it, get all the cars parked up and that. And there was nothing. And I was like, right, let's go and get some breakfast. So we went and got some breakfast. We literally sat there eating our breakfast and we're like, no way. Bang on 8 o'clock, it chucked it down.
What, all day?
All day.
Oh, man.
To the point where at 1 o'clock, I was wet and cold. We packed up and went home.
Really?
Yeah, bear in mind we was at Donington.
Oh, man.
And we offloaded the car, put the trailer away, and I was sat in my front room at 7 o'clock at night.
That's gutting it. It must be gutting for someone like Ricky who's organised that event. I know,
I
I'd be gutted, mate. I'd be absolutely gutted.
I don't think they got the public as much as they wanted.
Yeah, because this obviously cost them a bit of money to set up and stuff.
Yeah, because of the weather.
Yeah.
So
and also as a stand,
probably the wrong time of the year. Really.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind doing officially.
Mate, as any of these months this year been the right time of year. Summer's been a wash.
For the last month, isn't it?
Yeah, literally.
So, but I did get to speak to Jamie himself.
That's it, Jamie. I was saying Ricky. Yeah. Jamie.
So I spoke to Jamie. Had a little chat with him and I said about bringing the 14 up and I'll set it up.
Yeah.
So it'll go in a straight line.
Yeah, because he does.
Because it'll be a fast straight line car.
Yeah, because he does all them. What are they called? Gas. What is it? Battles. Isn't
yeah,
it?
gas battles. Yeah, Rob does them. Yeah.
Yeah. So having your car on that'd be quite cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, as long as I could get it down.
Yeah.
It would be all right. Like you would have to. Just
if it don't work, just drift it, mate.
Yeah, just try and drift.
You got an empty track there; it'll be all right.
Just give it large.
Yeah. So what's going to be new for Robsford Motorsport then? What's in the future pipelines? Just before we wrap up.
Probably try and do some competitions maybe next year.
Yeah.
I'm so this year's been so busy.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to.
It's good to be busy though.
Scratch your own ears.
I feel like that sometimes.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want it any other way.
No, and obviously having a family.
Yeah, it's different for you.
It's like that comes first.
Yeah.
So you can only do so much car stuff
yeah.
before the wife has enough.
Yeah.
It's like, really? We're doing more car stuff? And I'm like,
mate, you best hope that Nürburgring trip ain't when the anniversary is.
Well, I managed to. I said we're going to Ireland for our wedding anniversary. And
it doesn't happen to be when a Drift Games event is. Does
well,
it?
Yeah. So this was this year, and she was like, yeah, we'll go to Ireland for our wedding anniversary, and I was like, yeah. I was like, but is LZ World Tour?
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, right. So I managed to wangle that one in. Yeah. So but no, she did enjoy it.
Is she into her cars, your missus?
I wouldn't say she appreciates a car. Yeah. She's not into it. She loves being in she's a speed freak.
Yeah.
She loves being in the passenger seat, trying to take a selfie of me and her 100 mile an hour into a corner. Going around a corner, it's not the best thing. You're like, well, I'm trying to drive. And she's trying to take a picture.
That's women for sure, isn't it?
Yeah, but no, she appreciates the cars and that, and she knows that's me. I don't do anything. I drink, but I don't smoke. I don't do anything you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
And I just enjoy my car.
Yeah, I think you have got to have some hobby. You've probably picked the most expensive hobby.
Yeah, drifting's definitely expensive. And the way I look at it is, I'll probably never sell these vehicles.
It's a good investment.
It's an investment, and it's something for my lad to take on when he's older.
Yeah.
So,
and if you don't want to take on the Range Rover, send them my way.
Yeah, if it ever happens to me, he's sat on quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
And he can either carry on with it or he can sell it and do something with the money. It's the way I look at it.
Yeah, it's good.
Better than money in the bank.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, mate, you wouldn't have made that return on your investment on savings in the bank, would you?
No. So I've had that the 2-door Classic now. I've had that 9 years.
And that's probably done well.
It's been an M57 for the last 5.
That's mad.
5-6 years.
That's cool. That yeah. So you got money in cars. So Rob, before we wrap up, I'm going to start finishing the podcast on one last question.
Oh, go on then.
And it's a good question, mate. It's a really good question. So Tom Lomas at Greendale, the manager at Greendale, sent in a question for our first podcast.
Right.
And I think I'm going to use it on every podcast from this day going on.
Let's see what the question is then.
It's a simple question. So make sure I get it right. So if you can build your dream car using 3 different brands of car manufacturers, what would you build and why? So me and Reese, so just for a bit of context, me and Reese, I think Reese picked like an M2 with MX-5 handling and a couple of other bits. I picked a Porsche GT3, I think, with Range Rover comfort and a Lamborghini engine. So what would you build?
I don't know.
You must know. You know way more about cars than me. As much as I'm into my cars, I don't know.
So for handling purposes, it would have to be Lotus, wouldn't it? Because
Lotus, that's cool. Yeah.
Lotus is probably the best track handling, like Lotus Elise.
Yeah.
And then just to throw in a mix, it'll have to have a 2J on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you have to have a bit of Japanese engineering, and then
I love that actually.
The body. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what you would use as a body. Something quirky, something old, something cool, like
a 2-door Range Rover.
Yeah. Well, there has been talk about this So that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have been on about maybe taking the M57 out of the 2-door and putting something else in it.
Oh, mate. I've got to be involved with this somewhere.
Yeah, so it might happen, it might not, but I have got an engine to go in it if I want to. So, yeah. But, yeah, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would...
So you go something that handles like a Lotus with a
Jay-Z
in it.
And then something... I wouldn't say classy body, something like retro.
Yeah.
Something like an old like E30 or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
But would handle and go really well.
Yeah. Mate, I love that. That's a good choice, that is.
Yeah.
No, I love that. Right, let's finish off the podcast there. Thanks for coming on, mate. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully we'll see more content of you. So anyone who wants to check out Rob, it's Rob Spray Motorsport on all your socials.
Yeah, so Rob Spray Motorsport on YouTube and Instagram.
And if they want to learn a bit more about drifting, they could just give you a shout on there.
Yeah, people message me and ask me different questions and stuff.
And if you want to see 2-door Range Rover or 4-door Range Rover content.
Range Rover. Yeah, if you're into Land Rovers and that.
It's just me commenting all the time. Speaking of Range Rovers, I think we should head out in yours and...
Yeah, let's go for a little
hoon.
Little drive in it and see what you think.
See what I think.
Before it
I'm
gets
going to love
dark.
it. Yeah. Rob, thanks for coming on, mate. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cheers.